Hey everybody, and welcome back to BK's Bullets. Today we're taking a look at Ironheart, the Saga of Riri Williams. A misleading title. Hey everybody, welcome back to BK's Bullets. As always, I'm your host, Brent, and today we're taking a look at this new trade paperback, Ironheart, the Saga of Riri Williams. Now, these Saga trades, this is a regular size trade paperback. Here's another infamous Iron Man one. This doesn't have a Saga on it, but the Saga ones, they're trying to collect like the original story of a character. So you'll see like the Saga of Gore the God Butcher that has Thor 1 through 4, the Saga of, there's one for Jane Foster as Thor, the Saga of Jane Foster as Valkyrie. So they're trying to sum up like that character's first appearance or origin story or something like that. This is a misleading title though, because this barely has anything to do with Ironheart and Riri Williams. Yes, her first appearance is in this book, almost tipped the light over, but this book collects basically David Marquez and Brian Michael Bendis' Invincible Iron Man 1 through 14. Along with Mike Deodato Jr., who actually introduces Riri Williams. So if you pick this up thinking you're going to get Ironheart Riri Williams and her origin story, maybe not, because the first 5 or 6 issues are here is all Tony Stark meeting with Doctor Doom. So this takes place post-Secret War because he's back. And then you have Doctor Strange in here. This is where the Goatee Bros comes out from this run. If you've seen that, Mary Jane comes in the picture. She's no longer with Spider-Man. She kind of works for Iron Man. And then we're into number 6 here, and where Mike Deodato Jr. takes over, and you're investigating. This is the big time era with Spider-Man because he's got the glowy symbol here. Where Dan Slott was writing him, or Worldwide, not big time. Sorry, Worldwide. But anyway, more Dan Slott stuff. But yeah, this is all Bendis. And this is where Riri Williams is right here, in this armor. Like, this is her. So, not really the Ironheart that you would expect. And in fact, when the book ends, it says, to be continued in Civil War II. Like, it's not a Riri Williams story. I don't know why they put that in here. So, yeah, I don't know what to say. It should say Iron Man by Brian Michael Bendis. And Mark, that's what it should be called, not Ironheart, the Saga of Riri Williams. That's barely the story. I mean, she doesn't even show up till, like, what, issue 8 or something like that? Like 7 or 8? It's pretty late in this story. But, I mean, the art is fun. Like, Mike Deodato Jr. I like his stuff in this one. It's a lot more, like, readable than it was when he was doing New Avengers back 20 years ago. David Marquez, this was his, like, first mainline Marvel book because he had done Ultimate Spider-Man with Bendis before this, and then came over to do Iron Man after that, after his run on there. And he had also done, I think, the new X-Men stuff with Bendis. That was before this also, where the original X-Men came over to the Marvel Universe, but his stuff was interesting. And then he leaves this Iron Man book to go and draw all of Civil War II, which is, Facial Hair Bros. There's a page right here. He draws all of Civil War II, which was written by Brian Michael Bendis. So when Deodato steps in, that's when you know he's like getting ahead. Marquez is no longer on the book. And it's a big stylistic shift. I mean, Deodato is all about mood and colors and sunsets, whereas like, Marquez is just straight up slam bang superhero comic books. Where Deodato, like Jr., could be doing like a comic noir thing with Iron Man. And it's kind of, it's fine to look at, but it doesn't really fit what Bendis is doing in the book. Like I never jived with this art style being in the Iron Man book the way Bendis was writing it, because Bendis was writing it as the smarmy character like we saw in the movies and that he wrote in New Avengers, not necessarily like, writing it to Deodato's stuff. So that was the one thing. Here's Riri Williams making an appearance here. But yeah. So I wouldn't call this a Saga of Riri Williams. But it continues into the infamous Iron Man trade that we'll also do a video on separately. So, yeah. Also, what's weird here is, like, if you're going to collect Bendis' Iron Man stuff, why aren't you also collecting the infamous Iron Man 1 through 7? Because the end of this book has Tony dealing with his mother his real mother. Yes, that's a weird thing here about Tony and his mom and his real mom, and like that International Iron Man storyline, that 7-issue run, is where that he goes and finds his real mom and finds out he was adopted and all this other stuff. So it's like, why is that not in this book? Like, if you're going to just collect Bendis' Iron Man stuff here, cool. But I get it. I know why they did it, because Ironheart, I think, originally was supposed to premiere this year in the fall on Disney+, but then all that stuff got shifted back and their publishing schedule did not change, and they stuck with this title. So yeah, it's a little misleading. I think it could be thicker. I think they could have shoved in the International Iron Man stuff in here and made it all make sense in terms of reading quality, but it is 14 issues for $40. So there you have it. A little misleading. If you want to check it out because it's of Riri Williams, just know that you're not going to get to her until the second half of the book. And if you're okay with that, awesome. If not, then maybe seek out something else. Like the mainline Ironheart series, where she probably goes into the origin a little bit as a recap, as opposed to dealing with her first appearance here in the mainline Iron Man book, where she is barely a character. That's what I would say. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next time in the Funny Pages.